Welcome to JoDee Jean's Kitchen. My name is JoDee, and the main premise of this show is I'm going to show you how to make dinner for your family in a timely fashion. Most of us don't want to cook after we've been cooking all day, but I'm going to show you how to do it and make it very delicious. Today we are going to do pork chops with a cauliflower bake and a fresh salad. Now, I know a lot of people have dietary restrictions to where this person in your family is doing keto and then somebody might be gluten-free. I'm going to show you little hacks so you can only cook one meal and make it enjoyable for everybody. So first we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees, and we are going to start with the pork. So on the pork, you can or may or may not like to have some sort of a glaze or a mustard on it. And we're going to do a mustard on each side. And you just smear it on there. Don't make it hard. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're going to flip it over. And you're going to do the other side. And for cleanup purposes, I like to use things like foil-lined pans, bags to put your seasonings in. So we're going to let that sit there for a second. And mind you, I've already pat dried the pork so everything sticks to it better. And then we're going to take the seasonings in this bag and fold it over so that there's no mess, no cleanup. Like I said, you want to enjoy dinner. You don't want to have to be here cooking and cleaning all night long. You want to talk with your family and have an enjoyable meal. This is seasoned breadcrumbs. And if you're doing keto, you can use almond flour. You can do 1 bag of almond flour, 1 bag of seasoned seasoned breadcrumbs. And then we're going to go in with some seasonings. I like parsley, Italian seasoning. And mind you, in the recipe that will follow this, it's measured out as sort of a suggestion because, like I said, you don't want to have to measure everything out and make sure it's all perfect. So I've put red pepper flakes, garlic salt, Italian seasoning, and parsley flakes in mine because that's what I like. And then just give it a little shake and drop your pork chop in there one at a time. You don't have to seal it. Just give it a good toss like that. And then set it on your lined pan with foil, already sprayed with olive oil spray. You may use the kind in the can. I just prefer to use the fresh olive oil. Then you're doing your second pork chop. Get it all nice and coated. In there. Then you take your bag, throw it away, put your dishes in the sink. You don't have to worry about really doing anything in particular yet. You want to let that sit. That's why we did that first. Your oven's already preheating. You're going to give your hands a little wash. Just because, you've been touching pork and stuff, you don't want to touch anything else. So we have taken a half a head of cauliflower, and I've already put it in the microwave for TV purposes. And then you're going to take half a cup of sour cream, some shredded mozzarella, shredded cheddar. And then for this, I'm not going to use a whole lot of spice because it's delicious the way it is. We're going to sprinkle in just a little bit of garlic salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and just a little bit of freshly diced purple onion. That way, you get just a little bit of different flavors from your pork and stuff. And usually I have a bag with these onions and all this stuff for the salad. I'll show you. Give it a little stuff down the side right here. Makes it just a little bit quicker to dice it very fine. And then really thin slivers. Get that piece out of there. Okay. Give it a little stir. The big piece out of there. And the time it's going to take for the pork to cook, your cauliflower will be perfectly baked because, like I said, you put it in the microwave for 6 minutes and then put it all in the pan beside the pork. And then that way, while this is cooking, Oops, just a little bit messy. While this is cooking, your pork and this will both be done at the same time because you're going to cook it to an internal temperature of, it says 145. I prefer 170 for a bone-in pork. And just fold this over just a little bit. Put that in there. Do just a little timer of like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. So the beginning of your prep time is, now I had all my ingredients laid out. And you know, a lot of times when chefs are coming home, they don't want to cook food. You're coming home from a big day at the office. You don't want to have to measure anything. Half a cup of mozzarella, half a cup of cheddar. It's just a suggestion. You know, dump a little bit in the bag. You can't hurt it. Trust me, the only things that I've ever made that you can't eat is cheesecake, but I don't bake. So anyway, pork's in the oven. Now we're gonna get ready to go and make a salad for the side dish. If you didn't want to do a salad and you wanted to do something that had carbohydrates in it, say you were, wanted macaroni and cheese for the, somebody in your family that liked it, you have plenty of time now to make that. If you wanted to do any kind of like a pasta salad, definitely have time to do that. But putting it in the oven and getting it prepared literally took no time at all. So now we're gonna start making the salad. And I'll show you what I do is I usually use the fresh mixed spring, and then I'll have a bowl of stuff already ready to go in the salad. So you take a big bowl, and then you're gonna throw in your stuff. Basically a couple handfuls of this, which has more vitamins than just regular lettuce. And then I'm gonna start chopping up things for the salad. So I usually use purple onion for salads and vegetables and stuff like that. Give it a little chop, little tap right there. Throw it all in, make it nice and pretty. And tricks that you can do, you can chop this up, have it ready to go. I usually have, cucumber in there and radishes and all kinds of things just ready to go. That way you don't have any time to think about it, especially if you're busy and, everybody wants to eat something different and you never know what you're gonna have. But if you have all this ready, then it's not too much of a thought process to figure out what you're gonna cook. I love radishes. I pretty much put them in everything, even soup sometimes, at the very end because it's just delicious. And then bacon bits. If you're not doing keto friendly, you can do croutons in the separate bowls for everybody. Just sprinkle a little bit of this on there. And then we have some fresh tomatoes to put in there. All that, wonderful. And as far as dressings go, if you want to make a dressing that's oil and vinegar or ranch, this way you just pull out what you want in the salad. Everybody gets their own. You can make a keto-friendly, gluten-free, affogato. If you're not eating the bacon and stuff, depending on, put the bacon bits on the side. But I prefer just Italian dressing and stuff, and that kind of seems to be friendly for everybody. On the pork and stuff, I don't know if I touched on the Thermopen, but with the Thermopen, I highly suggest everybody has one. It only takes 1 minute, 1 second to do it. They're like $10 now, and if you don't have one of these, it's very, very dangerous. So when we come back, we will come out with the pork and stuff and show you how we put it all together. Thank you.
Everyone's doing it. Follow your neighborhood network on social media. See news live as it happens. See more local content. Your neighborhood network proudly serving Martinsville and Henry County.
Are you looking for great food and entertainment? Ippy's Restaurant is the place to be. We have been serving local communities since 1919 with made-from-scratch entrees and specialty dishes like our famous Oyster Rockefeller, smoked prime rib, and hand-carved filet mignon. We have a great selection of menu items that are all made to order for your everyday dining or special occasions. We also offer private rooms, catering services, and have a wonderful assortment of local bands that play in the lounge. Ippy's Restaurant and Lounge, 1760 North Main Street, Rocky Mount.
JoDee's Kitchen is brought to you in part by the Harvester Performance Center. World-class entertainment year-round. Harvester Performance Center, downtown Rocky Mount. Visit harvester-music.com.
Everything we have is right here in town. If we don't have it at this location, we have several other stores that we are definitely in communication with, of which, myself or anyone would be happy to drive, no matter the distance, to get what exactly you're looking for, whether it be a color or a case or a phone. Well, the great thing about us is we're current members of the Chamber of Commerce. A lot of our employees are local. We've been here, we're from here, been here 7 years and established a great relationship with the community. So we look forward to serving the community and actually being an impact in the community. People come over every day. They want to stop in to Kroger and pick up a few things, or right next door to our One Main Financial location, or even Suntan City, people who come over for their everyday needs. So it's definitely a high volume, just for convenience alone. You pop over to Kroger and get gas, or you're going to stop by, your local restaurant down the street and get a bite to eat. We're right there within arm's reach of it all.
You've got it all at your fingertips. Video, email, music, and now BTW21, your neighborhood network. The all-new BTW21.com. Local news at your fingertips.
Welcome back to JoDee Jean's Kitchen. Today we're going to finish up the pork dinner that we started on earlier, and a couple things that I forgot to talk about basically is preparation. A lot of times people come home and they're tired from their day. They want to cook a nice meal for their family. Little tricks that I do, I go to the store on Sunday. I buy like 3 or 4 proteins because, we're going to eat out at least twice a week. But you want to cook a couple meals at home, especially when you can't come to Ippy's and have a home-cooked meal by me there. So you have pork in the fridge. I have chicken. Sometimes we do breakfast for dinner. If you ever want to marinate your meats, I always do that on Sundays and then have them in the refrigerator ready to go. The salad trick that I was telling y'all with the salad bowl and having your vegetables cut up, I have a mandolin. The new thing that everybody's using, the Instapot, is wonderful for making, lamb shanks or chili, and you don't have to start it until you get home, and it's cooked in 40 minutes. And most of that is just in the pot, and you can relax, have you a glass of wine, a cup of coffee, hot tea, anything like that. But now we're going to show you how to finish up this meal. And as you can tell, we did it pretty fast and very efficient. The cleanup so far is nothing, hardly than a couple bowls. So I'm going to whip up a vinaigrette that everybody in my family likes. I go and get some sort of balsamic vinegar. This one just happens to be a black cherry. And I put just a little bit of that in here, depending on the size of your salad and if everybody's going to eat it. And then I will whisk in some olive oil. Whoops, of course that's brand new. Usually 2 parts olive oil to 1 part balsamic, depending on how much dressing your family likes on their salads. Mine, they like it lightly dressed because a lot of them like to eat ranch and stuff like that. You know, you can't please everybody with the same salad dressing. So I always have to have options. And because everything's in the oven and cooking, there's really nothing else left to do. One pan wonder is one of my favorite things in the world. I always like to put just a little bit of spice, just a little bit. You know, these are just a few red pepper flakes. It's not gonna hurt anything. You can use fresh garlic in here now at this point, garlic salt. You know, I find that if I'm gonna fix dinner after I get off work, I wanna cut up everything all the time. So a garlic salt is a quick shortcut to a wonderful vinaigrette. Also, there's like zesty Italian mixes that you can put together. You know, use your own olive oil and your balsamic vinegar. It doesn't have to be straight out of the package. Just let the package be a shortcut to you to help you move along and, you know, make it something that is easy. Just because, you know, you're coming home and say somebody in your family definitely wanted mashed potatoes tonight. Use the pack mix. You know, I mean, I cook all day long. I'm telling you, the pack mix is delicious. If you're making dinner at home, it doesn't have to take you all night long. Do little things to make it fast and easy. You know, lightly dress your salad. I'm gonna go ahead and dress it all because everybody in my family that's here today definitely likes this dressing. And, you know, lightly toss it because you're using the field greens. You don't want to smash them too much or, you know, make them all mushy and stuff like that. If you don't like field greens, you, of course, use lettuce, romaine. I just prefer to use these because it has a little bit of, you know, vitamins in it to where regular lettuce doesn't have any. And of course, I've been on keto for a couple months, and it, you know, 40 pounds down, I'm, you know, watching what I'm eating, trying to get, you know, more bang for my buck, let's just say, when I'm eating something. And that's why I have tried to incorporate easy, quick things to eat to where you know, you can't eat at Ippy's every night. I mean, I'd like for you to, but, you know, not everybody can. You know, of course, we have menus for everybody, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the show is because the most asked question that I get is, how do I cook for myself if I'm gluten-free or keto? And, you know, because when they come into the restaurant, they tell me what they can't eat, and we fix it for them. We have a ton of Affogaw customers and hundreds of gluten-free customers. We have, you know, a separate gluten-free menu, but a lot of people don't know how to cook that way at home. And a lot of restaurants that you go to have basically spun meats where there's preservatives and fillers in the meat. All our meat is whole muscle, so it's like you go to the grocery store. I'm just kind of teaching you how to do everything we do, but in a timely fashion like we do. I mean, I live my life on 20-minute ticket times, and it's a daily adventure on, can you do this? How fast can you do this? So, pretty good at that, but, you know, you can always learn a trick or two. And I'm not gonna say I'm always gonna be right, but I will show you shortcuts. So now we are going to start plating the salad and get the pork and stuff out. Well, let's get the pork and stuff out first. Oh, that smells delicious. And look at how pretty it is. Don't forget to always take the temperature. You have to check the temperature at the bone, and it is perfect just where I like it. I usually do around 160-ish at the bone. It only has to be at 145, but It just it gives it a little bit more time to cook, better flavor, and I like it. Now, without the bone, I'm definitely cooking it to 145, and then after it sits out for a minute, it'll, go up to an internal temperature of 150-ish, somewhere around there. Look at this delicious cauliflower bake. Now, of course, everything I put in there is definitely keto friendly. If you do not want to use it like this, you may add stuffing, seasoned breadcrumbs, maybe different kinds of cheese than I used. Any way you want to change it. It doesn't have to be by recipe. I wrote out the recipes for everybody just to see if I could really, but just to see if I could, write them out to where it's easy. So anything that I have on here, if you want to make this meal at home, change it, add this to it, take that out. If you want more onion, put more onion in it. If you want garlic in it, put garlic in it. And, make it your own dish. It doesn't have to be the same all the time. And believe me, if I cook this dish tomorrow, it's going to be different than I cooked it today. Because sometimes I'll put Havarti cheese in there. And the main thing you can't skip out of here is the cream cheese. The cream cheese really gives it that delicious, creamy, as you can see right there, it's just mouth-watering. And of course, the foil is a must because the cleanup is basically whoosh. It's like magic. And it makes life so simple. Put that over there. So the pork chops, we definitely are going to take a nice big one right here. Oh, yes. That's going to be delicious. Can y'all see the crust and the crunch on there? And that was just, with seasoned breadcrumbs. And actually, when I make mine for myself, I'll also fix for the family this, and I'll use almond flour for mine. And they have preferred mine over this. So I think I'm actually getting everybody around to my way of thinking, or at least making it easier if you know how to make the keto-friendly food that's delicious. So we're going to put a little bit of this on here. Of course, I'm slightly messy. I'm used to clean up on aisle 1 at the kitchen if there's a real big disaster. And we're going to go in for the cauliflower first. I think that's going to be my first choice. Delicious. It's got a little bit of a crunch. Another thing when you're making it, you can add, if you want it to be softer, use the riced cauliflower. If you want it to be a little crunchier, don't do it for 6 minutes. Do it for like 3 minutes and then bake it in the oven. And as you can tell, it all came out together. So you're gonna change your cooking temperature on here in the microwave to make it even when this comes out of the oven. And then you can, just tailor it to your needs. That's all this is. And all of the dishes that I'm gonna cook are basically tailoring everything to your needs and to what your family needs to have a dinner at home. Now on the salad, of course, that dressing hopefully is gonna be delicious. I'm gonna go in. Definitely wonderful. This stuff right here, the black cherry balsamic vinegar, is one of the best things in the world. They do sell it in the store at Olivito, but other places too. And we also have dishes at the restaurant where we can make it for you with that in it. Now we're going to go in and for the main thing here is the pork. You just can't beat that. You got the tender, the little taste of the mustard and the crunch. And then there you have it. A meal ready in 30 minutes. The prep time is hardly anything. And hopefully on the next show, you will see other things that you can use in your house to make your meals healthy, if you would like, or not healthy. We will always give you options here at JoDee Jean's Kitchen. And hopefully next time you will have something that you even like better than this one and that you will keep watching. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Everyone's doing it. Follow your neighborhood network on social media. See news live as it happens. See more local content. Your neighborhood network proudly serving Martinsville and Henry County.
Are you looking for great food and entertainment? Ippy's Restaurant is the place to be. We have been serving local communities since 1919. With made-from-scratch entrees and specialty dishes like our famous Oyster Rockefeller, smoked prime rib, and hand-carved filet mignon, we have a great selection of menu items that are all made to order for your everyday dining or special occasions. We also offer private rooms, catering services, and have a wonderful assortment of local bands that play in the lounge. Ippy's Restaurant and Lounge, 1760 North Main Street, Rocky Mount.
JoDee's Kitchen is brought to you in part by the Harvester Performance Center. World-class entertainment year-round. Harvester Performance Center, downtown Rocky Mount. Visit harvester-music.com.
Everything we have is right here in town. If we don't have it at this location, we have several other stores that we are definitely in communication with, of which, myself or anyone would be happy to drive, no matter the distance, to get what exactly you're looking for, whether it be a color or a case or a phone. Well, the great thing about us is we're current members of the Chamber of Commerce. A lot of our employees are local. We've been here, we're from here, been here 7 years and established a great relationship with the community. So we look forward to serving the community and actually being an impact in the community. People come over every day. They want to stop in to Kroger and pick up a few things, or right next door to our One Main Financial location, or even Suntan City, people who come over for their everyday needs. So it's definitely a high volume, just for convenience alone. You pop over to Kroger and get gas, or you're going to stop by, your local restaurant down the street and get a bite to eat. We're right there within arm's reach of it all.
Are you looking for great food and entertainment? Ippy's Restaurant is the place to be. We have been serving local communities since 1919. With made-from-scratch entrees and specialty dishes like our famous Oyster Rockefeller, smoked prime rib, and hand-carved filet mignon, we have a great selection of menu items that are all made to order for your everyday dining or special occasions. We also offer private rooms, catering services, and have a wonderful assortment of local bands that play in the lounge. Ippy's Restaurant and Lounge, 1760 North Main Street, Rocky Mount.
You've got it all at your fingertips. Video, email, music, and now BTW21, your neighborhood network. The all-new BTW21.com. Local news at your fingertips.